today we have someone special, a visitor from New Zealand. I have YouTube followers, or our YouTube family as I call them, from all over the world. Each day I have certainly one, if not 3 or 4. And I'm very pleased to meet you. And you are Duncan, and if you can introduce yourself, because you have a very interesting story which I'm sure our YouTube people would like to enjoy. Okay, far away.
Thank you, Peter. My name's Duncan Francis. I'm originally from the UK, but I live in Auckland now. And I decided to follow the 3 loves of my life. So I've got a small bonsai nursery in Auckland. Inspired by Peter. I was given Peter's masterclass book, I think in the late 80s.
Really? When it was just published?
Yeah, it was set when I was a much younger man, and it kind of set me on my way. And
that was when you were in the UK?
No, in the UK, that's right, yeah. And I've got a martial arts dojo on my property in Auckland, and I'm also a musician. So I kind of do 3 very poorly paying things that I love.
So you got into bonsai through martial arts? Was that the interest?
Well, some of the dojos I trained at as a kid had bonsai trees as part of the Japanese gardens.
And Karate Kid and that sort of thing, is it?
Pre that, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I started in '74. So, but I had an oak bonsai that was given to my mum, I think, that someone ended up planting in the ground, and I, from watching your, from reading the book and watching instructions, I dug that up and replanted it in a pot, and it ended up, it's kind of this size now. You know, unfortunately, when I moved to New Zealand, I had to start all over, and it was in the COVID lockdown that I got back into redoing it, and we're back up to a couple of 100 trees now. So,
but what I think would fascinate most of our viewers is that you've turned your life around and you do bonsai for a living.
Yeah.
It's 1/3 of you do other things as well.
Yeah.
But you started bonsai nursery from scratch, which is a very, very difficult thing to do.
Well, I'm lucky because the land we've got where our dojo is, where our martial arts centre is, we've got about 5.5 acres, and lots of it is trees and shade. So we've got sphagnum moss for free, which is wonderful.
New Zealand moss.
So I use your moss trick for rooting stuff the whole time. And my thing is I like to take a raw material and turn it into the beginnings of trees. I'm not a great master in the fine details.
Neither am I. So
no.
we are very similar.
So we produce trees to get the people started. So the majority of what we do is either growing in ground or then in pots on the ground, and we just bring them on and get them.
And is there a market for bonsai there?
Yes,
it's increasing interest.
Yeah. Commercially in the garden centres there are bonsais, but they're awful. You know, the kind of shopping centre ones. They're just
little junipers in a pot.
Just not. Yeah, but there's a very good local bonsai societies, and there's good online stuff, and people really supportive of each other, and lots of people sell trees to each other, and you get to know who's good at oaks and who's good at junipers.
So who are your main customers? Bonsai people or non-bonsai people?
Most of my customers are collectors. They're normally people that have jobs that are quite stressful, but they earn quite good money, and the bonsai for them is like a meditation, or it's a way for them
That's universal, throughout the world.
They take time out, and so I'll put pictures up of my trees, especially in the spring when the leaves start coming in. I say, these will all be for sale soon. This has only just been repotted, give it 3 months, etc., etc. And I'll just get messages through, put my name down for this, and they'll come and see them. And quite often, once they're there, so it's not like a shop that's open, or I've not got anything like what you've got, but it's just a little small setup. But it's great, and it's really satisfying when a couple of years later, as you must have, people send you a photograph and say, "Oh, look at this! It's the azaleas in flower," or it's very satisfying.
So as I say, bonsai as a living is very satisfying, but I don't think it'll make you a millionaire or billionaire. No. Certainly not.
No.
We do it for the love of it.
For sure.
We all do it for the love of it. So as long as you bear that in mind and can keep the wolf from the door, which is a typical English expression.
Yes.
That is all that I think we need, isn't it? Don't you think so?
I think if you love something enough, then you don't worry about the money so much, but eventually people see that you're genuine.
Yeah.
and somehow it works.
Yeah.
But you've worked, I mean, the years you've put in, I've got a long way to go yet.
But I don't know, did your partner or parents warn you against going on your own or something?
No, because I've always been doing the other things as well.
I see.
So it's only in the last maybe 5 to 10 years that I've been kind of doing this more seriously, and now having to think a season or so ahead and make sure there's stuff at different stages. So you've always got things maturing, always got cuttings, always got air layers. And it's but that's the hardest thing. I'm not very organised, so you know, having that organisation. I don't know how you keep a tab of everything here.
No, this is what most people don't realize. This is really a talk about running a commercial bonsai nursery. Many people who are bonsai artists, they think they can run a nursery successfully. It doesn't work like that. You've got to have some business sense.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to organize it as a business. If you're an artist and say, look at me, I'm a great artist, and don't look after the business side of it, the business will fail, which I've seen. I don't like to mention names. So many people fall by the wayside. They think they're great artists, but they have to make it a viable business.
For sure.
This is where people need to learn that. So this video hopefully will give people. You obviously have made a success. I can see that.
Yeah, very small scale.
Success.
Small scale, yeah.
So that's okay. So you have to have that business sense. I always say that to succeed in any business, there are two ingredients: common sense and hard work. So it's not rocket science. As long as you're prepared to work hard and have some common sense, you'll make success of any business.
Yeah.
So
I just don't ever work out how many hours I've spent on a tree and try and turn that into.
I took you to my field. I showed you.
Yeah.
I've grown trees there for 40 years. Some of them are not ready for bonsai. So what economic sense does that make? But meanwhile, I've enjoyed it.
Yes.
I've had the experience of learning from it.
Yes.
So all that comes back to you, you know. So you don't count it in terms of monetary value, but in terms of richness of experience. So many other things in life matter more than just the money. So I'm sure you will find that. So hopefully this video, when people see it and talk about it, they will be inspired to do it, but they've got to have, you know, a common sense approach and be a bit practical.
Yes.
You know, not to be, what you call it, pie in the sky.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you've got to be realistic about
realistic,
things.
that's
Yes.
the word, realistic. Yeah, you've got to be realistic. So I think bonsai is no longer a prerogative of the Far East, China and Japan.
No.
There are bonsai nurseries all over the world. Recently I've seen in India people are starting really doing bonsai commercially. There has not been a tradition for that before, but they are doing it commercially now, which top marks to them. So in many countries wherever I go, in Brazil and all, they have bonsai nurseries and they're all viable. So there's hope for everyone.
Yes.
There's hope for everyone. So hopefully this video will inspire people. So what did you take away from your visit here? What struck you first?
I think I need to get slightly better organised about where I keep certain species of trees. I've got them all pretty much in the same environment, and I think I need to separate some of my trees out so they're a bit more protected from the sun, and some of the ones, and so the ones that need more watering, and organise them by how I care for them rather than organise them necessarily by which ones are ready for sale. So that I've learnt something. Yeah, I've learnt something just from walking around. So, and you didn't even tell me that. I just noticed that from the way you've got things set up. Yeah.
But it's a long journey. You learn by mistakes.
For sure.
You learn by mistakes. Even this year, we learned a lot from this harsh weather that we've had. Hot summer. In fact, we've had a bad experience with maples. Our maples are almost unsaleable because the sun burnt them. So we'll learn better next year, and we hope that we can grow them better. So yes, always learning, always learning. Okay, and don't be afraid to ask people for help. I think if you ask people for help, generally they do help you. You know?
Yeah, there's some very good people in.
What about fellow nurserymen who are not into bonsai? Do you get help from them?
No, but there's some very good bonsai people. There's a couple of people in Auckland that are very good, so you can always reach out, and they're very helpful. So yeah,
nice. Okay.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best, isn't it? Visit again.
Thank you for the inspiration.
Yeah, don't worry. Okay. Pleasure meeting you, Duncan.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter.
So I have a visitor from USA, one of our YouTube fans. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, my name is Mitchell, and I'm just here on behalf of the Tucson Bonsai Society. from sunny Arizona. So we know Peter likes some Hawaiian shirts and colorful, so I brought some of the desert with him. I also brought my Hawaiian Arizona, University of Arizona. So yeah, I just like to treat Peter.
You've been following me for the last
4 or 5 years, forever. Yeah, it's really amazing just to see all the trees in the video and now and here in person. So absolutely great.
Well, every day I have certainly 2, if not 3 visitors from abroad coming to visit Herons. So it's very nice to have you.
Beautiful place. We love Peter.
So
thank you very much. It's appreciated. I hope to get back here too.
Okay.
Thank you.